Be prepared. Here are the scariest chills clips going around. You won't want to miss this. You are about to bestow on the Mountcider of paranormal investigations. Some even call them the Screamfest short films. The 3X Screamfest short films were not to be seen, so stay tuned if you dare. Number 10. A passenger was boarding on this plane, like any other day with his camera, when something mysterious got caught on his camera at one of the seats. Let's take a closer look at this seat on the right-hand side. As we can see, there appears to be a dark figure on the seat and turns its head looking at the oncoming passenger. Could something in the past make the figure to get stuck in that seat, like the entity in the flame in the next clip? Let's take one more look at this seat. Number 9. We can see here there is a fire right by this parked car. Fire is that it's not in a fire pit, and pretty weird to be just in flames by this house. If that wasn't weird enough, just wait until you see what happens next. Take a look here. Some figure emerges through the flames and doesn't seem to be harmed at all when walking through the fire at all. Some skeptics think that this could be an optical illusion from someone wailing farther in the distance, while others think that this is a strange figure that is able to walk through fire. What do you think? Number 8. In this clip, an old apartment complex is being explored in Jordan, and there are many sightings to see in this video. As he enters the apartment, unexplained sounds were clearly heard. Listen here. A few minutes later, things will start to move by themselves. Watch. If you didn't think things can get worse, then you would unfortunately be wrong, because as the man moves closer to the kitchen, you are clearly able to spot something at the kitchen window. Take a look. And if you thought this was scary, just wait until the end of the video, as we saved the scariest for last. Number 7. It might seem like a security guard is doing his job normally, but in the next few seconds things won't seem as normal. At first, the security guard notices something in the distance and starts speaking in that direction. He gets a strange feeling and starts to rewalk the area several times. After a little more time, something unexplainable happens. Watch. As we can see, something or someone seems to push the security guard to the wall. You can even see that he tries to get up, but if you look closer, it seems like something is preventing him from getting up. The security guard believes that it was a ghost that threw him, and this wasn't the first time that a staff member has reported paranormal activity, according to the mayor. But what do you think? Number 6. The Molly Stark Sanatorium in Ohio is next on this list. This sanatorium housed tuberculosis patients and closed down in the 1990s due to financial hardships. The explorer of this abandoned building goes to explore. At first, everything seems normal until he first hears footsteps from upstairs. After all the creepy elements of the building, something very eerie occurs. Watch for yourself. We can see that a sighting of a dark figure is seen in the middle of the tunnel. After seeing it for some time, the figure disappears, but let's take a closer look. After the figure disappears, the explorer decides to go down the tunnel, but it ends up being a dead end, which means that this figure vanished in midair. If that wasn't enough, the explorer decides to get some shots of the exterior of the building and spots someone or something walking at the top. Let's take a closer look. So, was that a person or a ghost of one of the tuberculosis patients? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. A resident in this apartment uploaded this image to his Instagram account. However, if you look closer, there seems to be a small girl peeking inside at the window. The man then proves in this next video that he lives a few stories up and that there was no balcony outside the window, meaning that no one could have been standing looking inside the window. Watch. If you take a closer look at the clip, you will also notice that there is a face at the window. If that wasn't unsettling enough, the man uploaded one more clip in his living room. When doing so, something supernatural occurs. Watch. The hand opens the door and then there is no one there. How do you think this occurred? Number 4. A truck driver is driving through Georgia when something very strange happens. Watch. Caught on the driver's dashcam, we can see a woman in a white van crossing the road when he was driving. Let's take a closer look. Out of concern for the woman, the driver pulls over to oddly find no evidence of anything on his truck. He calls the police, where they tell him that his situation has happened many times before in the same exact spot. This begs the question, where did this woman come from and why is the reminiscing of getting hit on the road keep happening? Maybe something similar happened to the woman in real life before. Let us know what you think in the comments and make sure to stay to the end of the video because we have another video to show you where a ghost goes through the vehicle, so make sure to stay tuned. Number 3. In this empty mall in South America, a security guard is working the night shift when he spots something out of the ordinary. Let's take a look one more time. There seems to be a little girl walking up the escalator. The security guard then runs to catch up with the little girl at the bottom of the escalator. Seconds later, the little girl runs away on his left on the ground floor. This was the second time the security guard has seen the little girl. After a complete search of the mall, the little girl was not to be found. How could it be that the girl was going up the escalator and seconds later running on the ground floor? Leave your comments below for suggestions. Number 2. A car is driving down the road at dusk when something strange happens. Take a look for yourself. A person seems to appear from nowhere and gets hit head-on by the drive. The driver slammed his brakes and went outside to see what happened. When they did, they didn't see a sign of anyone, even after searching everywhere. Even the front of the car had no damage at all. Let's take a closer look. Some locals have reported sightings of a man in the area when they are driving, but when they slow down to take a look, there is no one to be found. Could this be a lingering spirit of someone who died on this road in the prior years? What do you think? Before we get to the number 1 pick for the scariest ghost sightings caught on camera, make sure to tap the subscribe button right there in the bottom right corner to stay updated with all the spooky content to come. Number 1. For our number 1 spot, we go back to South America where a normal wedding is occurring for a couple. However, this wedding is not so normal. In this video, we can see a strange figure that looks like they are in a white dress sitting among the crowd. Many believe that this figure is a bride who got married in this church but tragically died in a car crash not long after, while others believe it is another guest that looks transparent on the old footage. If that is the case, then it might be out of taste to wear a veil at someone's wedding. Let us know your thoughts down below. You are truly one of a kind for making it to the end of this video, so make sure to stay tuned for more upcoming videos that will get you in the spook loop.